Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Dan Drvaric, and I am a sales director for the DocLink product at Beyond Limits. And today I want to take you very quickly through a fast track Your Acumatica Workflows using DocLink. I'll get right into it. When we talk with companies, we often hear their critical business issues, and some of the most common critical business issues start with the fact that they have isolated data. There is data that's in accounting, there's data that's in purchasing, in customer service, in engineering, production. All of the data resides in silos of information within departmental boundaries. And that in and of itself causes a problem that causes problems for accessing data, accessing information that may reside in one of those other silos. It's very difficult. You have to stop what you're doing and go find the right person to ask them to interrupt their work to find the information that you need. And then when you get it, you have to go back, reset your mind, and get back into the task that you were working on. It causes problems not only for yourself, but for others in the company as well. And all of this is a description for process bottlenecks. It could be bottlenecks within accounting and finance for the accounts payable process, for example, but it can be an interruption, a bottleneck for any process in any department. So with DocLink, what we have is we have an intelligent document hub that allows you to much more easily share and access information and share documents so that people can work much more efficiently. Your processes are greatly streamlined, and the productivity of the whole company is greatly improved. Going to take you through the whole process here through the rest of this presentation. We want to start with capturing documents and bringing them into the DocLink Intelligent Document Hub. We can capture documents in a number of different ways. And what's important is as we bring those documents in, as we capture the images and bring them in, we're also going to capture the data. Here we see an example of the data verification screen for our AI-based Smart Capture module. It's an intelligent document recognition module that has the capability of being able to automatically determine the type of document that we're bringing in. So are we bringing in a PO-based invoice? Are we bringing in a non-PO-based invoice? Are we bringing in a customer purchase order? Or maybe it's a receiving document. Maybe it's some other document like a contract or any other type of document. We have the ability through the AI to first recognize the document. And then once we recognize the document type, we can then capture the data that's on it. And we're going to use the keywords that we've included in Smart Capture to identify the data that is on the document. And once we identify the label that matches the keywords that we have, we're then going to recognize the data that is either next to it or below it and use that to fill in the fields so that we accurately capture the data. After we've captured the data through Smart Capture, passed it to DocLink, to the Intelligent Document Hub, you might see something like this down the line. On the left, you see an image of the invoice, just as it came in via email and was brought into the repository, into the Intelligent Document Hub through Smart Capture. And on the right-hand side, you can see all of the data that was captured through that process. Now, after we have the document and the data in the Intelligent Document Hub, we can do a number of different things with it. We can automatically put it into a workflow. We can route it through for approvals, reviews, other purposes. And an example of this is our automated three-way matching. You saw we would use the Smart Capture Intelligent Document Recognition module to bring the invoice into the system. But prior to that, our integration with Acumatica has allowed us to automatically capture an image and the data from a purchase order. We will also capture the image of the receiving document. If you simply scan it at the receiving dock, we can capture an image of the receiving dock. But our integration is going to give us the data that was entered into the purchase receipt screen in Acumatica, so that we have access to all of the data that we need to perform an automatic three-way match. After that three-way match is complete, whether there's a discrepancy or whether it's been a complete and successful match, we will then continue processing that document according to your company policies and your business rules. Whether that means that we're going to automatically send that invoice straight into bills and adjustments, or if there's a discrepancy and the documents may need to go back to purchasing or receiving for research and resolution, we're going to automate all of that for you. You can do the coding directly within DocLink, and the coding might be automated. It might be manual. Again, depending on the document, depending on the circumstances, depending on your company policies and the complexity and the availability of information to automate the coding. But we can do the coding right within DocLink as well. After it's been coded, we can put it right into that workflow routing for approval purposes. And you see, it might go through an automated process, or we can send it directly to someone in the organization who is the next in line to review a document, whether it's an invoice, as in this example, it might be a contract, it could be a customer order, could be literally any document that needs to be reviewed and approved. We can also send documents for approval purposes via email. Here we see an example on the left of a very simple email. This is the body of the email is something that you would configure to include the information that the recipient might need to see firsthand when they first open the email. But we'll also attach the document to it so that if they need to open it and preview it, they can see the full image of the document. And if you notice, right in the body of the email, they can approve or decline the document right there from the convenience of their email. They don't even necessarily have to log into DocLink to issue the approval or the denial. We also have the ability to approve and deny documents and provide informational notes from the convenience of your smartphone. We have the DocLink mobile app that provides all of that capability. So no matter where you are, as long as you have a cell phone connection, you could use DocLink mobile to approve or deny and add additional information, additional notes to any document. And after the document has been completely approved, you can either manually initiate the transfer of the data to Acumatica. Maybe it's crunch time at month end, and you just received an approval and you need to get that in immediately, or we could do it in an automated fashion for you as well. The choice is yours. But the important thing here is we have used our Smart Capture Intelligent Document Recognition to capture the data from the invoice in this example. We've routed it automatically for approval. And when the final approval is done, we will automatically push all of that data directly into bills and adjustments for you so that you have, hopefully, 100% hands-free data entry into Acumatica. Now, after we have documents and data in the Intelligent Document Hub, maybe we have processed that and sent it to Acumatica. we can then search and retrieve documents. We have the ability to search and retrieve documents directly from Acumatica. Our out-of-the-box integration has several points of integration that are just automatically installed with the installation of DocLink. And so you are able to retrieve documents from the Intelligent Document Hub directly from Acumatica, or you, of course, could use the DocLink search and retrieval interface as well. To show an example of what it might look like in Acumatica, here we have on the left, we see the bills and adjustments screen, and you see where we have added the DocLink View Documents button right next to the Release button on the toolbar. We don't store the documents under the Files option at the top. We store them in the DocLink Intelligent Document Hub and provide the capability directly from Acumatica, whether it's from bills and adjustments or it's purchase order entry. You can simply click the View Documents button. We will reach over into the Intelligent Document Hub and bring back the corresponding document or documents if there are multiple that apply. So in the case of bills and adjustments, when you click the View Documents button for a PO-based invoice, we may retrieve the purchase order and the receiving document along with the invoice, so you have the whole story in front of you with a single click. Within the DocLink search and retrieval interface, the document indexing that occurs in the Intelligent Document Hub, or really the data indexing that occurs there, allows us to search across companies. We can search across document types for any criteria that you present. So in this particular simple example, we have a PO. So we want to select the purchase order document type. We know that we're searching for PO number 88885, and we want to see all of the other associated documents. So by entering those few criteria, when we click the search button, we will automatically retrieve and present back to you from the DocLink Intelligent Document Hub all of the documents that meet your search criteria. And we'll do it very quickly for you. When you have those documents, when those documents have been retrieved, you can open them up and see them in a tiled fashion. Here they're tiled vertically. If you have more documents, you may have boxes of documents on the screen. But the idea is that we very conveniently present them to you so that you can easily see them and compare them side by side to see the whole story, to get the whole picture of what you're looking for. We also keep track of the entire workflow history on a document. We keep track of the audit history. DocLink is a very useful tool. Many of our customers compliment us on how useful DocLink is during their annual audit. Not only for search and retrieval of documents that the auditors are requesting, but also because we keep the audit history. The auditors feel a great deal of comfort in knowing that the proper controls are in place. So DocLink, as I've alluded, can be used by literally any department. We've given AP as the example because many companies come to us first looking to automate AP, but we can literally automate any department in the company. So not only can we capture purchase order information, we can search and retrieve based on account codes. We could search and retrieve based on vendors, based on anything. It might be an item number. If purchasing is looking for information about where to purchase something, you've used a number of vendors, different quantities, different pricing. They can use DocLink to help them decide where to make their next purchase and get the best price. So lots of different uses for DocLink and the data that we are indexing as a result of capturing a document. So the data is indexed. We can use it for multiple purposes. First off, we use it to connect the document to the transaction in Acumatica. Ultimately, that index data makes all of the documents very searchable, very easily searched and retrieved, whether from Acumatica or from the DocLink interface. And we can also use that data as the basis for security. Again, for audit purposes, knowing that you have the proper controls in place, we can use any of the data, any of the properties about that document or that's on the document or that we can retrieve about that document. We can use that as the basis for security. Now, the next thing is the delivery of documents. We can deliver documents internally. As you saw, we can deliver documents for approval internally very easily via email. We can also deliver documents externally. They might be delivered externally. It might be providing an image of a remittance advice or a check stub to a vendor to prove to them that, yes, you have in fact already paid that invoice. It might be delivering a contract externally via DocuSign using our DocuSign integration. We have multiple ways that we can deliver documents. Here we have an example of a controlled delivery. In this example, we've used the DocLink search and retrieval interface to retrieve a number of documents, all of the documents that began with purchase order number 10. And right from this interface, we can click the email icon, compose an email, attach the documents, and send it directly to the appropriate recipient. But with DocLink, we have the ability to automate the delivery of documents. We often have conversations with with companies on the accounts receivable side. When they send an invoice to a customer, they may need to provide proof of delivery. In a manual process, it's very cumbersome, it's very time consuming and labor intensive. We can automate that with DocLink. Because of our integration with Acumatica, we can capture an image of that invoice. We can capture the proof of delivery as it's brought into the Intelligent Document Hub, match them up, and when both documents are there, we're ready to send an automated email with both documents directly to your customer. So the proof of delivery is the first example. We can use the automated document delivery for other purposes. You may have to send a new W-9 along with your most recent purchase order to one of your vendors. You can certainly do that. You could send sales reports. We could capture those sales reports from Acumatica or perhaps one of your other internal systems. Maybe it's a CRM system or other program that you're using. We can capture those internal documents and then take advantage of the capabilities in DocLink to automatically deliver those reports to others within the company. You can use DocLink for any process in any department. We've talked a little bit about AP invoice processing, but we have many customers who use DocLink to automatically read a customer purchase order, validate the customer, validate the items, and automate the entry into the sales order entry screen. We can use DocLink for contract management purposes. We can use DocLink for expense reporting and credit card reconciliations. We also have a module for AP vendor statement reconciliation. Many companies are spending many hours per month, and we have now reduced that to a few clicks of the mouse and minutes to reconcile the vendor's statement with all of the invoices that you've received throughout the month. So lots of different capabilities for DocLink to automate lots of different processes within your company. An example of one, an Acumatica customer who's using DocLink, they have about 140 sites across the country that are receiving invoices. And instead of the managers at each site spending time manually entering those invoices, we're going to capture those invoices, bring them in through the Smart Capture Intelligent Document Recognition module to automatically capture the image and the data, automate the approval workflow so that they are reviewed, approved, and then automate the entry directly into Acumatica. We expect that across those 140 sites, we're going to save a total of perhaps as much as 560 hours per week on unnecessary data entry that we can automate. What differentiates DocLink from other solutions that are available? DocLink is an enterprise-wide solution. We can work within accounting and finance, purchasing, receiving, production, quality control, field service. It doesn't matter if you have documents that need to be stored and retrieved, if you have processes that need to be automated, DocLink can work with any department across the company. The more complex your workflow, the better DocLink is a fit. We can certainly handle easy workflows, those that are simply perhaps dollar-based, multiple levels. But the more complex the workflow, the better DocLink is a fit. We welcome those complex workflows because we can use any of the data on the document or that we can derive about the document as the basis for a workflow. So it might be based on the vendor. It might be based on the GL account. It might be based on the item that was purchased. Any of that can be used as the basis for a workflow. We do have the AI-driven Smart Capture Intelligent Document Recognition module that allows us to automatically determine the document type and then automatically capture the information on the document without the use of templates. AI takes care of what used to be accomplished using a template. We have the seamless integration with Acumatica, and we have multiple points of integration with Acumatica. So I can't stress that the depth of that integration enough. And we have the capability to digitize and automate any form. We can use our Smart Form Toolkit for expense reports, for credit card reconciliations, for check requests, any number of different purposes. You can use and reuse the Smart Form Toolkit to create any form and put it into a workflow for approval, and then store that document and all of the approvals with it. And last but not least, we have our document distribution capabilities. So with that, I will conclude the presentation. I will say thank you for joining me today. We greatly appreciate it. If you do have any questions, if you're interested in something that I presented today and you'd like to explore further, please don't hesitate to contact us at doclinksales@beyond.ai, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you and follow up and answer your questions. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of acuCONNECT, and have a wonderful weekend.